All right, where to begin? So this video is going to be, I guess, a little bit, as the kids might say, different. And the way that it came about is I was building that table over there, the round table that I recently completed. And I was at the portion of the build where you're getting the legs to not wobble. And so I was going about it a standard way, and I had an idea. And it was basically, here's the ground, right? Yeah. Here's a leg coming up from my table. Here's the other leg. And let's pretend that it was just extremely short. That you got one leg that's too short. I thought, what if you just got a little cup of epoxy? So you found a nice flat spot of ground. This is, say it's on top of my table saw or something I know to be nice and flat. And I prop up the table, but you got a little cup, say, and you filled it up with epoxy, and then you let it harden, and then you kind of reshaped it after the fact. And that would obviously stop the table from wobbling.
Check out this table.
Yeah?
It's a what? You got a wobbly table here.
Yeah, well, stop moving it.
I remember yesterday how you came out and you asked me, like, how does it feel to be woodworking again? I will say, like, this morning I was excited to come back and, like, keep working on this. Because I am, like, excited to see it come together and, like, see if it works and everything.
Yeah.
And figure out all the little things.
You're going into some uncharted territory.
Yeah.
There's a lot of salmon going on right now. It's like you guys are
between
twins.
our skin and our
It's
pants.
It's just
Mostly our skin.
But I mean, it's just the black and salmon that's
Black and salmon, black and salmon.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
All right, I'm gonna go call Dolores back.
Wonder what she wants.
It's gonna be something. I go. Bye. He's a math master. He finished his math. Dolores had told him if he was the first to finish the math thing, that he'd get Pokemon.
Those are Pokemon cards?
Yeah.
They still do that?
Oh yeah, he's into it, baby.
Whoa.
It was a Magic the Gathering, man.
I played that for about a week.
That was cool. What do you remember? Let me just give me the basics.
I remember tapping Manta.
Oh, mana.
Mana. Earth, water, fire,
Kind
air. Wasn't it like the 5 elements?
They were colors.
And heart.
Yeah, so green forest, black swamp,
Oh, yeah.
white plains, red mountain,
Oh, yeah.
blue island, and then there's colorless mana as well. Man, I loved Magic the Gathering back in the day. We should have carved all the magic symbols into these things. That'd have been money.
They did the Heimer-Holtz test on it. And
Is that a real thing?
I remember reading that in
Somebody
one of the,
said that?
Yeah.
You got to do the Heimer-Holtz, brother.
Yeah. What if we had created a grid of portals?
What if we can't get to it, but behind each of these is us in a different dimension? And then I thought, well, what if you used it as a design detail? So I want to explore that idea with this project. And as it turns out, I just need a very small bookshelf, maybe this big, that I can keep some items on. So I quickly came up with a design. So I glued up 2 blanks, and then I'll refine them later, but basically it's gonna look like this. That's the general idea. I think what I'll do is I'll hope that it comes out where it actually does wobble. And if it doesn't, maybe I'll just cut one of the legs short to force it to wobble. And then I'll do like the practical approach, what gave me the idea for this, where I just fix it and it's very subtle and you don't really notice it, but it fixes the wobble. Then I'll probably cut all of the legs short and do it so that maybe the last 1.5 or 2 inches is clear epoxy so that the whole thing looks like it's levitating. So that would be taking this practical idea and using it as a design element. Yeah, actually, what if we can't get to it, but behind each of these is us in a different dimension.
doing something totally different.
Yeah,
Each one.
right. Or right, maybe right now they're saying like, what if behind here?
What if?
Are you filming me? You should do like a mirror thing. What if behind here is us
It's
in a
like
different dimension?
Your little pinky
doing
is
like,
like
yeah, like I'm like,
Like Portal.
I'm hitting something.
Yeah, it's coming
Well, what
We're going
if,
tip to tip.
what if it's one of those things like right now we're making this joke, but like, and we're doing this, but we can't, we don't recognize it, but in some dimension, the exit of the portal. So this is actually working. We're just going like, oh, I just feel the wall. But in
Yeah.
some dimension, there's some guys looking at their wall and there's a little finger going like, they're like, whoa!
Hey, get it! Hold on, wait, wait. Where'd it go?
What are they gonna think of this?
Oh, man.
This is gonna change. This is gonna change the fate of their universe.
What if someone just sharpened they were just like,
I put it in backwards. Here. Let me give them the business end. There you go, guy. Mobius and Rupert update. We're sharpening pencils in other dimensions.
in another dimension, another dimension.
In other dimensions, in other dimensions. And that'll be interesting because this is going to be a very rounded leg that's also, so it's going to be tapered and splayed like this, so it's going from thin to thick, and it's also going to be round. So that would be a very hard shape to extend into the floating epoxy, whatever you want to call it. Whatever, this I'm going to have to kind of manually shape, so it'll be kind of like the hardest version of using this as a design element. I've got, these are going to become my shelves. The reason I'm using black epoxy is because I'm going to spray the whole thing black at the end. This is red oak, which I don't really care for that much, but it's cheap. And it actually looks really good when you spray it black because it's got heavy figuring, so that still shows through. And it doesn't just look like a piece that you painted black, it looks like black wood, basically. So I'll get these cleaned up, I'll start cutting them into shelves, I'll start refining those legs, getting this thing put together, and then I can make it purposefully messed up, and we'll go from there. Another dimensions, another dimensions, another dimensions.
I didn't know it said that until like 10 years later.
Another dimension?
Yes.
What, you just thought it was like gibberish? Just going like,
Yeah. Go on, move over a little bit more. There you go. It's like looking in a mirror universe right
another
here.
dimension.
A little finger goes.
Terminator 2. When it comes out.
Yeah, if we
Drink
split
milk.
Holding coffee. Or yeah, oh, he has milk. That's right.
He's drinking a carton of milk.
Yeah, you guys should do like go up to the center and be like,
Like,
put your hand. Yeah.
is this working?
Yeah. My favorite part of Terminator 2 is that scene where he picks up the phone and he goes, "How's Wolfie?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Wolfie's fine, honey. Come home," or something like that. And then he hangs up the phone and he goes, "Your foster parents are dead."
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
What?